Okay, there we go. Right on. Sound all set up, ready to go. About to play the minors finals here. So it should be a lot of fun. Kara and I at the end of season 6 of the minors. Minors are a really cool format. I actually really enjoy um, playing SASCAP generally. And this is a great best of 3 format. Okay, let her know that are all set. Uh, yeah, it's great, great format. So it's best of 3 games, 3 different SAS caps. You play them in descending order, so the highest SAS cap first, middle, and then the lowest. Um, and the kind of cool twist is that for one of those SAS caps, you bring 2 decks, right? So you bring 4 decks total, one for each of the caps, plus an extra one for one of the caps, and you'll see your opponent's lineup at the beginning. And when you get to the level for which you have 2 decks, you can decide which of the 2 you want to bring, um, and gives you a little bit of room to play with, deck selection and matchup crafting. So it's a lot of fun. And I'd say we'll see how this goes. This is a repeat of earlier match that we played in the season. So we met earlier on in the season, had a good game. I definitely got very lucky in that matchup and drew key cards early, especially in the second game. So we'll see. I could get rolled pretty easily, um, and she may get her revenge. Oh, cool. So she may be joining. I'm not sure. So may have a dual stream. I don't know. She may be joining for the game. But yeah, it's fairly casual, so we may be spilling some of our plans and such. But we'll see how it goes. So she's getting set up. But yeah, love miners, love SASCAP generally. I have to double check. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the league documents. Miners season 6 miners spreadsheet. So we have 2 camps in the group, the Niffle Grounds and Pester Grove. Both Karen and I hail from the Niffle Ground camp. Um, and if I'm remembering right, she has 2 decks in the 75 cap range. So the first cap was 75. I want to say, let's see if we can find the various caps. I'm not remembering them right. Miners Corner, Pester Grove. Man, you'd think it would be more obvious, but I don't want to misquote. I want to say the first cap was 75, the second level was 67, and then the third was 62, maybe? 60, 58? Maybe it was 58. Um, yeah, I want to say it was 58. So yeah, so good range. The 75 level is some pretty spicy stuff. We saw some pretty spicy stuff from folks. uh, all the way down to I actually brought a 49 for the bottom rung, Dr. Pretitan de Bouchamp, Bouchamp. I'm not sure how you say that one. Um, but and hey, welcome to the chat, Murph. Yeah, swindle sloppy showdown um, uh, for the minors finals. Okay, and we're good to go. Good luck. Have fun. Okay, so I'm playing Mr. Ashman Kanimum, I think is what you call it. I'm not sure. Um, Kanimum? Yeah, not sure. But yeah, it's a cool one. Oh, I'll keep this hand. I'll keep this hand. I really do like airlock, especially if your main house is Mars. If you're playing a lot of Mars creatures. Hey, Floxamol, welcome, welcome. Um, yeah, you can get so much value out of airlock, especially if you have lots of Mars creatures, a Mars token. Um, you can just really get tons of value. So I'm actually, though, going to lead off with the recorded history here, just to put a few cards in archives. I may save the Smith for later, even though I have no interest in ever playing Ancient Battleground. But yeah, we'll do that and see 3 new cards. Can't be mad about that. And I definitely don't mind the dirty archive, um, especially when the airlocks get rolling. Yeah, the one and only Miners League. Let's get dirty. We're sloppy and dirty in the mines. Absolutely. Um, absolutely. So we'll see. Drew into another recorded history too. Can get tons of value. And a Baldric the Bold comes down. Ooh, interesting. We could not. Could we kill this Baldric the Bold? Not and get Berserker Slam damage. So the slam would deal 2. Valve Blood to could kill it off. The damage pip on Valve Blood wouldn't get through the armor, so that wouldn't do a whole lot. I'm really tempted actually to just go back into Star Alliance and play another recorded history. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just get the value train rolling. And now we will tuck the Ancient Battleground away for later. For later. Airlock number 2 shows up. Cool, cool. The bots are alive. Flux them all, yeah. If you haven't heard of the Miners League, it's great. Uh, at the end or in a moment, I'll drop a link to the Discord server here. But yeah, great league. I was mentioning before, but it's essentially SAS cap, but there are 3 different levels. So there's a cap. Oh, what a helpful help from Murph. Thank you for the link. 3 different caps. Um, this is a 75 SAS cap game, and so among those 3 caps, you bring 4 decks. All right, we'll get rolling with the airlocks. And so for one of the caps, you end up with 2 decks, and you can look at your opponent's lists and decide which of your 2 you want to play when it comes to time to play the game for that level. So you get some matchup crafting that you can do. You might bring a couple of specialist decks maybe, or just a couple things you want to try out and try out. So yeah, Karen I think has 2 decks in the 75 cap range. I just have this one. It's been really good so far this season. I think it's super underrated, but it's been also a lot of fun. It's got like 8 Mars creatures, I want to say. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Mars creatures, Psychic Network, and it makes grunts. So 8 Mars creatures, a beefy Mars token, Psychic Network to do some stealing. It really has this really prominent main house in Mars going on, with airlocks too to siphon off cards that are non-Mars and keep you going there. And like you look at this deck and you see the Brobnar with Double Brick Nasty, Ragnarok Prep, Smith, Endless Hordes is still great, Berserker Slam. But I often find myself airlocking away tons of Brobnar, even the Brick Nasties. I'm mostly in Brobnar for burst, league-wise. I know there's so much stuff out there. It's great. Okay, so Karen's got a Ludo now, a Cornicen Octavia, Faust the Great. Cool, cool. And I did not flash the Berserker Slam. So we could collect on this Faust now, or we could go back into Mars and filter out some of the junk with the airlocks. She's probably saving Gorm for this transporter platform, which makes sense. I can't get Smith value yet. I can take care of one. Yeah, I think we go back into Mars. Let's use the airlocks first. We'll get rid of this ancient battleground. Okay. May in fact fight down the Faust. Although very sloppy of me. Should be discarding first, of course, right? Super sloppy. Yeah, we'll use the other airlock. What to get rid of? I think maybe the Temporal Purge. Will we get value out of the Smith? Probably not. Rowdy Scald with a damage pip. Okay. So lots of damage pips to turn on um, and get extra value from Value of Blood. Yeah. We'll see if we can tempt her into gorming our airlock away, and then come down with that transporter platform. Transporter platform, which does a great job at reclaiming tokens, or valuable cards that have gone the way of the token, as it were. Bulwark. Okay, so she's +2 creatures on me currently. Will she fight down? Maybe just fight into the Aether Spider for some value? Makes sense. Okay, pause to think at the end of the turn. What could we be holding that is a pause to think moment? Free markets? Maybe. Is this the time to cash in on free markets? Or an Armageddon Cloak? I don't think you necessarily hold the Armageddon Cloak. Hmm. But definitely having a think. Yeah, gotta be free markets. Just hoping that thinking that maybe I'll be playing either some Brobnar or Star Alliance next turn, get a little bit extra value out of the free markets. Okay, and ops to do nothing more there. Interesting. Lots of armor too. Very cool. Well, I'm gonna go back into Mars. Gonna leave her with the same questions on free markets. We are gonna do the airlocks first. I think we'll get rid of this Rowdy Scald. We drew into a weaponsmith. Okay, that's cool. Let's get a draw pip going. Siphon off this Pelf. Red alert number 2. We may in fact be punching through some armor. That's cool. I get a couple of reaps and fight into this Anaphil. That'll put it in Berserker Slam range if need be. Okay, cool. Yeah, ping damage loves to see lots of armor, right, Murph? Well, she's still +2 creatures. It's 4 damage coming in if I unload both of these red alerts. We may see another fight into the Aether Spider if she's back into Sanctum. And if she ends up going a different house, then we may have even more creatures to enable our red alerts, which I wouldn't be sad about. Okay, Cornus and Octavia is likely siphoning off uh, more of our amber. Yeah, sad Ludo. Our spider gets taken care of. I don't know. Okay, this is actually not terrible though. Defense initiative is terrible. Terrible. Mm-hmm. So she's what, +4 creatures now. We really need one more creature. That's not good. Hmm. So, our first red alert wipes out the wards, doesn't kill anything here. Our second one still wouldn't kill the Ludo, but we can finish it off with Secure a Droid. That's an option. Probably our best option. Otherwise, we burn the Smith, Vow of Blood, and Berserker Slam. Don't think it makes sense to sit in Mars here much longer. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna go in Star Alliance. Each creature will take 4, right? Yep, 6 creatures to my 2. This will be alive, alive, alive from the first one. Yeah. And the second, just have to say farewell to this amber. We're not gonna sit here and hope to reclaim all that stuff. And we'll, yeah, boost that dude and finish off the Ludo. Yeah. I would have loved to not see that defense initiative, but I don't think there was really much hope in. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay, there goes the Gorm into my transporter platform. Makes sense. And we did get marked into Mars. Cool, nicely done. Let's first use the airlocks. We'll siphon off this secure droid. Oh, cool, psychic network. I like it. And we'll also siphon off this brick nasty for a Bork or Rick. Well, we'll probably be discarding ammonia cloud, so that's fine. Axiom still to come. Do we push our luck and try to get more value to the psychic network? I think not on this pass. Yeah. I think we just steal now. And we take care of the Snarette before it becomes problematic. Borkarik comes down and we'll discard ammonia clouds to make a token. Okay, cool. And we tokenized Scout Chief. Cool. Grim Reminders gets back the Saurian. Oof, nice. Cool. So we're probably saving this Endless Hordes. In fact, I think we're just going right into, man, Mars, reap a few more times. Yeah, I think so. Into Mars, triple reap. Do we want to lose any of this stuff? Honestly, I don't think we do. Okay, not using the airlocks. That is a healthy Brobnar turn. Coming up next, or whenever she unloads the Saurian. Yeah, Mars can get a ton out of airlocks. Like Mars as a main house is really, really potent. And I think actually Winds of Exchange is showing us a return to the like main houses in a way that we haven't seen in a while. Um, like if you have 7, 8 creatures in your token house, and your token has any staying power, I mean that alone is very strong. Combined with effects like airlock that let you do some handcrafting uh, or hand fixing, right? So discarding effects or I don't know. Yeah, discarding effects. Those are really good. Okay, so here come the Saurians. Dreadbone Decimus, nice. The real question will we be able to kill that Ludo and then reclaim all the amber? It's actually kind of neat. The Endless Hordes has a damage pip, and then we'll be able to follow up with Valve Blood. Hopefully we can pound Ludo. Valve Blood will finish off most of the other stuff. And then Axiom. Cool. Wow. Damage pips are great at dealing with ward tokens or wards, even if there's no good. Yeah, all right, I think that's still the play. And we will clean up our board, I think, and get value from the Ragnarok prep. Let's see. Damage pip hits the Ludo. We fight, 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 fight. So then we can finish off the Ludo with the pound. Berserker Slam the Cornison. Vow of Blood finishes off everything else. Ragnarok prep gets value, and then Smith gets value. Cool. I like it. So damage pip here. 1, 2, 3, 4 tokens. Fight, 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 fight. Pound finishes that one off. Berserker Slam here. Vow of Blood finishes those. Ragnarok prep for value. Smith for value. Yeah, Endless Hordes. What a silly card. What a silly card. And underneath we have a red alert, so may not be playing this Temporal Purge. Yeah, okay. Okay, good game. Uh, no Val to kill. I do kill my own Vals pretty often, but Ashman is a brutal deck. I think because of that main house token combination. Okay, mines for the second game. Miners. Okay, so for this one, I do have a choice. I'm still anticipating her double Martian Generosity deck. My two deck, well, I guess not anticipating. That's her deck at this value, at this level. I have two decks to choose from. I have a Rats deck, which is a lot of fun to play, and will lose horribly to double Martian Generosity. So I think I'm going to be playing Russell the Invisible, which is a cool namesake deck, and as my only out to her Martian Generosity shenanigans, I have a Quixel Stone, which may not be tons of fun, but I don't know. Desperate times, desperate times. Because hopefully, if I can land a Quixel Stone, I can mitigate the kind of follow-up to um, Martian Generosity, right? So she may get a big hand, but then we won't see either a Martian Avalanche or I mean, we could still see a big Soldiers to Flowers followed by Key Charge, but at least I won't get overwhelmed. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is a really great AOA deck of hers. I have New Frontiers and Dark Harbinger, and often what I do here is try to keep the hand. Often what I do here is try to get a bunch of untamed actions with the Dark Harbinger. I think I really can't let the Quixel Stone go by, so I'm probably still naming Star Alliance with the New Frontiers. Um, yeah, I guess I could risk it. Mm, I don't know. Feels bad though. That's the sort of greedy play that I would go for. Okay, Board and the Redeemed comes down. Very cool. We are going Star Alliance. I am going to try and grab a Quixel Stone into the archives, and we hit Gizelhart Standard, Eunoia, which has all the vowels, and I don't know how to say, and Commandeer. Okay, so the other option would have been Untamed, and we lost a dude, but not terrible. And we'll unload Mad Prophet Gizelhart, and hopefully get some extra dig at next turn when we go Untamed. Just one action to go along with our Dark Harbinger, though. Okay, so no reaping. Nice. Mighty Lands takes out a couple of my things. Ooh. I think we're again going to be very greedy. I kind of want to go Sanctum to Fang's away. Barrister. I could fight into it with Dark Harbinger, but I think this is more fun. All right, so we purge the Barrister, reap, and pass. And are sad about our lives for not getting another untamed action, but that's okay. 2 amber from her, always mindful of the amber totals of the Martian Generosity player. And Borden's going to fight. Okay. Into Gizelhart, and then a discard. Which feels like a Flotsam. Either that, or just wanted to make sure I didn't have a Borden fight. No, I'm getting Floxed. I'm getting Floxed next turn for sure. I think we still go Untamed, though. We're sad. Oh, let our Lumilu go? No, we'll let the Niffleape go. So I want Lumilu on the left flank. I'm going to capture onto the Lumilu. And then we're going to play Dark Harbinger over here. Make the Harbinger bigger or the Lumilu bigger? They're both dying. I'm going to draw 4 unless Brainstem. That will make the Harbinger bigger. Reap. There's a stone. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Do we still see the Flotsam spike? We might. Untamed. Discarding more creatures. The untamed creatures make sense for soldiers to flowers, right? Oh, persistence hunting, and she stops at 5. I make a key, the red key, of course. We're still getting Floxamed, but I think we just give her this key, shuffle back in the Lumilu, and get some reaps in. Yeah, whittle down our board as well for this. Okay, so untap here already. This creature, we shuffle in Lumilu and Niffleape, which sends her to 6, and reap, and let her have a key. So she forges, she's gonna back into Untamed, discards key charge, and plays a Dusk Witch. Cool. mean, we can fight the Dusk Witch. Yeah, I think that's fine. The real question is if I want to keep making a bigger board. I think so. We're not going to get to check there. Not getting to check in any house unless we draw some value off the Stealthster, but no, I like Sanctum here still, I think. Yeah. And we're gonna have to double fight this witch. Doesn't matter the order, I believe. So we'll fight here. I mean, I could reap, but seems really suspect. And we're just gonna go wider. Okay, cool. So a really nice Star Alliance turn at some point. Orbital Bombardment. Okay, 3 cards get revealed. You shouldn't reap. I maybe should. I maybe should. You may not be wrong. Okay, so we saw Mindworm, Mothergun, Flotsam Spike. So either not revealing the card or just being super cagey. I'm not sure. I find it hard to believe she hasn't found one yet. Perhaps, perhaps. I mean, yeah, back into Star Alliance, or into Star Alliance, excuse me. Uh, draw a card first, or do we want the creature? We probably want the creature. Okay. Let's leave the Garcia over here. Let's see what we've got on top. Ghost Hawk. I think we discard Ghost Hawk because we're gonna play the stone. Although, do we just leave the stone in hand? I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna play Generosity next turn. We could go into Untamed. Yeah, let's leave it on top. We're being really greedy here. I know we are, but what are you gonna do? Smash this so we can't reap for more value. Play this creature to draw the Ghost Hawk. Do I care about stealing? Flotsam Spike would kill the Harbinger then. Yeah. Okay. Super greedy. I know. Super greedy. I think she's also not terribly heavy on Amber Control. Baron Mangban comes down. So if we can go back into Untamed, or sorry, Star Alliance, play this Hawk in between our two guys over here, that'd be pretty cool. Mm. All right. Back into Star Alliance. We get a steal. That's cool. We're going to check out the top of the deck. Gorm. I don't think we care about Gorm in this matchup, do we? There's the Mother Gun. Hallowed Shield. Hallowed Shield. Nah. Discard the Gorm. Although the the Gorm is also valuable for getting or getting rid of the Quixel Stone in a time of need, which is worthwhile to note. I'm going to deploy this here. Get some reaps there. I mean, I think now we play it. We're going to hopefully draw into Reclaimed anyway and get more double monies from the stone. Just thinking. very likely considering burning a Martian generosity here for lesser value. Yeah, yeah, going to five was tough there. I think I had really just one way to give her that amber back with the Lost in the Woods, uh, but having that there was likely a difference maker in the matchup. And she may have anticipated the Lost in the Woods, but thought that there was more risk from the Squireless or some of the other capture commandeer, and wanted a little bit of a buffer. Yeah, it's tricky. All right, so we're making a key here. Cool. Now, what do we have to watch out for? Shatterstorm is a thing. We unfortunately can't force her into a key here. Vault's Blessing is good for one, two, three. Vault's Blessing's pretty good. And then we have to put the captured amber onto something big, so it's harder to mother gun away, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. I mean, maybe a better plan was to go into Star Alliance to get the steal. I'm not sure. That was a mistake. Should have had the Reaps first. Womp womp. And I need the amber on a flank too, huh? Hmm. Want it on a flank and want it to not get mother gunned. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Mars. Yeah. Brainstem antenna on the Baron Mangvin. Very cool. Yeah. We'll get Reaps out of here. I could have. I definitely could have hit the mother gun. I don't know if I was that worried about it. Yeah. Yeah, probably right. Probably should have hit the mother gun, left the Quixel Stone. Um, may have been better off for sure. Orbital bombardment. So she needs to get to what? Needs to take off 11 amber, 4. Needs to get to 4 amber for Shatterstorm, 3 plus the pip. Shatterstorm have a pip? I always forget. Hmm. Yeah, MNA will do a lot here too. Yup. Yup. Sample collection. Cool, cool. Yeah, I don't know if it was making it being a difference maker at that point. Yep. Yeah, I don't even know if she's gonna need the Shatterstorm, to be honest. I think she can Generosity back into the minute. Mars needs Amber, probably. Yeah, very likely. Especially with Baron Mangman Reaps. There's the other Generosity. M&A's back in hand, as is the Orbital Bombardment. So we can do another 2 here. Capture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Very nice. It's looking good. Yeah, lock is looking good. Yeah, so maybe I take the Mother Gun there instead, purge the Mother Gun, leave the Quixel Stone. Or honestly, if I had enough Amber, leave the Quixel Stone and just fight away all of my Starlines dudes. There is a case for that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mars needs Amber, nice. Abduct a couple more. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would only have to shatter storm if they if there wasn't going to be enough amber generation to like guarantee getting back to the first generosity. But as soon as they got to that point, yeah. How do I clear my own board? It's a good question. I don't know that I'm going to need to worry about it. Yeah, yeah, my deck is very low on C. Uh, there we go. All right, 14 amber to my 0. Gizelhartz takes out Baron Mengven, and what what are we doing here? Squire can capture 2. I don't think so. Don't think we're have any real outs left here. Hmm. Yeah, but would be feeling a lot better with the Quixel Stone now too. So lesson learned. We can purge this one. Creatures are really just a liability. We'll play them. We'll play them. Why not? I think. Great use of the emote. Though the real winner here is Quick Draw, of course. Good game, well played. The real winner here is Quick Draw because now we'll get to see a Troopers game. All right, very exciting. On to the last. Yeah, and my Troopers deck is an interesting one. It has Troopers in it. I can say that. That's most of what I can say for it. So we're in uncharted territory. Our first game was decided. Our first match was decided in 2 games, so this will be fun. Uh, Dr. Petitcamp with a boasting a 25% win percentage. A monster indeed. Okay, good luck, have fun. Uh-oh, is this a rats deck? That's gonna be sad. It is a rats deck. Oh mama. Mars needs amber. That's not great. That's not great for our heroes. Miners uses SAS at the time decks were registered. Hmm. Yeah, so good question, quick draw. You register decks at the beginning, and then however things fluctuate from then on out. Well, that's not material, as they say. Um, ooh, ooh. Adult Swim against rats? Is that even good? I don't know. Rats with double Mars needs amber. Oof, brutal. Double Grey Rider too. So I kind of want a presence of some sort. I mean, I think we'll keep it. I don't love it. I have a couple red alerts, so I'll at least be able to, I don't know, keep the rat pests at bay somewhat. There's a silver lining here too. The rats will make it so that I'll probably more likely to fight my troopers uh, in and use them as removal without exalting if that's what I want to do. Um, but we'll see. 2 more Mother Guns, Proliferator, and a Mars first. Very cool. Double Mind Warper, all sorts of damage from creatures here. Not much, um, not much board control outside of the rats and the dudes, which is interesting to note. Most of my removal hits all of her stuff, and not a ton of mine. That's good. Yeah. I think I can burn this Adult Swim. I'm not sure I want to stack her deck with rats later on either, but we'll see. See if I regret letting that Adult Swim go. And what does she have for amber control? We have the Swindle. Very, very nice. Appreciate a swindle there. Hideaway hole. Okay, to protect the Grey Rider. Very cool. Very cool. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, very thematic. Many props to that. All right, so we're going Star Alliance. Wow, I'm gonna get value out of Stronger Together. I don't know if I've ever done that before. That's pretty cool. Oh, should I make tokens? I mean, pretty hilarious. They're probably all gonna die to rats. Let's make some tokens. That seems awesome. All right, now our specialist Guthrak has lots of non-Star Alliance neighbors of different houses. Hilarious. Stronger Together readies it. We'll use the action to make a couple tokens. Neat. And watch her unload 3 rats next turn and make us really sad. Yeah, okay, shadows. Plague rat number 1. Plague rat number 2. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that fire before, Floxenol. That is a first for me. I love it. And now she's thinking, do I play the rat number 3 or just clean up with Mars needs amber next turn? Oof. Big oof. Troop's gonna troop. I mean, I think we I think the show must go on. We just gotta make some money. So, round number three is waiting for you to exalt. It could be. I may be, I may be more worried about. I may be more worried about Mars needs amber. I guess it amounts to the same thing. Dang, this is gross. I guess we hold the Faust and hope to, yeah, playing the bad penny does kind of signal that we're going back into shadows next turn, most likely. I mean, we're definitely going Saurian. We're gonna make some money here. I'm gonna, I'm tempted to hold the Faust, uh, and then recover a little bit from getting blown out. The real question is, do we put this one over here? So I'll have the option if I need to. Um, ugh. Real question is, do we use this failing strike to mitigate the rats, or just send bad penny back to hand? I think we mitigate the rats. I mean, we could also just clean up some of our own stuff and stop the self-captures. Trooper versus rats, right? Let's go. Yeah. I mean, we're just gonna see what we can do. Okay, back in shadows. Reap with the Lamindra, reap with bad penny, plague rat number one, and plays the bad penny. Cool. Plague rat number two, oofa doofa. Discards the bad penny. Nice. Okay. All right, we'll tax the key here, at least. Ugh. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool. All right. She goes into Sanctum. Free markets for lots of value. Very nice. Hello Shield comes down. Golden Aura to use a rat. Awesome. Damages Faust the Great, so it will die to a single rat. How rude. Could reap for three, make another token. Alternatives are not great, but I don't love sitting here with the 3/3. I think we do it. Ooh. Get to check. Oh, we get to check here. That makes three as well, and risks less amber on the board. All right, Star Alliance then. Still two crushing charges coming. Do I want to hold the red alert? Probably not. Get a couple of that one. Wish that you were ready. Yeah, we'll discard this red alert. And do see a crushing charge, so that's nice. We can reap for 3 on board. We won't be able to threaten next turn. Bad in this matchup. They are bad in this matchup. I don't know about all the matchups, Yonta King. I mean, troopers are great. Underrated. Underrated heroes of the Crucible. Protect the weak. Mighty Lance comes down to finish off Faust. Very cool. Very cool. And our heroes make a key. Blue key, naturally. Bronze, silver, gold, as everyone knows. All right, back into shadows. Sorry, not shadows. Shield is going to go back into shadows next turn. I'm going to Saurian. And I mean, my deck does one thing, so we're going to do that thing. I'm going to get rid of those rats. I'm going to play a Praetor Marius here. And yeah, we'll see if she's found that swindle and then can also deal with the rest of my duders. What are our other options? Still the Mars needs Amber. Still both Mars needs Ambers are lurking. We have, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 rats in discard out of 7. So 3 more to come. It'll take 3 to deal with my 5s. Longosaur Lecter will die to just 2 rats. Okay, having a think. Maybe considering whether or not to swindle. And she does swindle. Cool. I don't get to check here. Can reap for 4. Hmm. If she goes rat, then Mars needs Amber. I'm in trouble. That seems pretty likely. And if I go unfathomable here, I need to guess correctly in order to threaten next turn, assuming none of my dudes die. Mars feels like a pretty good bet. I think I like that better than loading up. Yeah. Okay, let's see how this goes. Unfathomable. We are going to guess Mars. Mars needs Amber, specifically. Plague Rat. Don't hate that. I don't think this guild spine is long for the world, but she'll have to have both the remaining rats uh, for that to matter. Though that means we likely aren't threatening unless we draw a pip. Collector Worm, Proliferator, Mars first? Wow, so she had four Martians? Interesting. We whiffed. Still no Mars first, right? Still no Mars first, having been played. Okay, I can't finish off the collector worm. That's unfortunate. Can exhaust some stuff. The mother gun is annoying here too. Fighting with the kelp miner is going to leave me vulnerable to Mars needs Amber as well. So she'll have 3 fights and a mother gun activation to make her Mars needs Amber fire. I really need to make sure the Praetor Marius doesn't get taken off board. Yeah, I think we're going unfathomable. We are going to play a Kaup. So we are exhausting the collector worm, probably the mother gun, fighting off the proliferator. Yeah, so we're going to reap here, exhaust the mind worm, fight in here. Mars first is still annoying with the collector worm, but there's not a ton I can do about it. Hopefully the city-state interests reduces my alliance on Praetor Marius, but okay. And we are going to play this one. Watch your step. Let's capture here. And I think Sanctum is the call, but let's see. So we've got 1 on board, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 Sanctum cards coming. She just went into Mars. Do we want to tempt fate there? In shadows, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 in shadows. Ugh. I mean, I think she wants to play Go Shadows to get them. No, yeah, we say Shadows here. As if we go not Shadows, I guess she just gets more tokens to Mars needs Amber on into after she calls Shadows. It made sense in my head. It made sense in my head. She can only play 1 rat, thanks to the Kaup. That's going to do a lot of damage, though. Having a think. Okay. Yeah, definitely turning into being closer than I thought it might be, which is pretty cool. She could still go into Mars and MNA me for 3. 2, 3 with a fight. And I have, what, 7, 8 amber on board? One card to draw, and it's a future booster. Echo Reflector may come in handy, which also has a capture pip. So I'll stop checks at 9 with that. Not much else to do in Star Alliance. Hmm. I have, unfortunately, way more token creators in hand than I do cards in deck. Hmm. Okay, so Shadow's here. Player's the Plague Rat. Spread some damage around. Very nice. Well, now, feels like a Mars Needs Amber is coming for sure. Still 2 to come as well. Eesh. In Mars, the Mother Gun finishes off the Cowp. Gross. Hmm. Let's see. I don't have a ton of pips either to burst beyond creatures in play if I were to whittle some of mine down. Oof. And only one unfathomable card to discard, so I won't be able to flip my deck next turn. Also sad. How is she collecting the amber after the Mars Needs Amber? Fights? Plague Rats. One more Plague Rat coming. Hmm. Interesting. In that case, I think I go Saurian, flip this guy, fight off the Martians. Can only kill the one. Collector Worm's still gonna fight in, and my fight is going to hurt. Yeah, that's okay. What do we want to put back in deck? Initiation, Crushing Charge. Gives her 2 amber. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Recruit that. Are we playing Arm the Plebeians? It means she'll put one more on my dudes just to give me an amber. I don't think it makes sense. Womp womp. We're gonna hold the we're gonna hold the city state though, and we're not gonna reappear. I mean, do I have to though? Otherwise, we just play a waiting game and she digs for more Plague Rats. I have to get through 2 Mars Needs Ambers. Ugh. Big ugh. But if I don't threaten, she just doesn't play them. Hmm. Okay. Then I probably should have played that Arm the Plebeians. Womp womp. And I'll get another chance to do it. Lucky me. Yeah, Mars. Mars Needs Amber number 1. just gonna capture. I'll capture all 6 of my amber. Brutal. She'll get a fight. Probably archiving Pretomarius. Mother Gun may finish off the Lector or the Kelp. We'll see. Mother Gun first. Interesting. Do we just have the Mars Needs Amber in hand? That would be interesting. Red Planet Ray Gun, Mars first, Minesweeper, Mars Needs Amber. Oof. Wow, that Mars first was brutal, especially with Red Planet Ray Gun. 4 damage to Pretomarius. Was that exactly enough to kill it? I forget. Mine Warper comes down. Yeah, very cool. Reap to kill a thing. Probably that Praetor. Calp. Cool. Cool, cool. Reap again to kill. Bursting to 13. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna get to capture 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oof, not enough. 8 from archives, just enough. And I'll just get to check. All right, so we'll see if that other Mars Needs Amber is in the bottom 5 cards or not. Fun. Wants the fights. I know, Cloggin. Sorry. Okay. There's a lot of amber on board. A lot. And what are our options here? Take hostages with a Grey Rider fight. Cool. Hollowed Shield could come up big. Yeah, take hostages. No damage to the Plague Rats. And then we get a fight with it from Grey Rider. Awesome. There you go, Cloggin. Big fight. A big fight. Okay, cool. And she digs deeper for that other Mars Needs Amber. I have no options other than the Echo Reflector, I think. So we'll do that. Just keep loading up this guy. Okay. You're worried. Worried about all this juicy amber on my side? I don't know. Mars. Okay, here's Mars. Mother Gun plus MNA is pretty good. We've seen one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Ooh, still four Mars cards to come. Okay. Another Mother Gun. The other Mars needs Amber. Agent Human. And the other Mind Warper. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty good. There's the other Mind Warper. Nice. And there's the Agent Human. Cool. I have two captures and two amber. This is an after fight or reap. Oofa doofa. Hmm. Do we draw one more pip with that red alert? That would be pretty yummy. It could be a fight. Could do it. Getting in check is pretty good though. I think it has to be Star Alliance, and we hope we find one more pip, one more pip in Star Alliance. We've got 2 plus Hawkins from 11 cards. Can we do it? Am I missing some Amber control? I don't think so. In Saurian, that would be delicious. Yeah, Star Alliance, no on the archives. Okay, did not draw a pip. We found, yeah, we found Watch Your Step, interesting. Loading this one up, 7 and 9. Okay. Yeah, and I think she gets a double fight in here, and we're in trouble. Yeah. Yeah, digging for Faust is the plan. Um, is the plan. I don't think I had non-Star Alliance ways to survive that turn. She can't double fight here because she needs the one Ember control from Mind Warper. If she redrew into any Mars cards with Mother Gun, then she'll be in good shape. A single Mars card will do it. She'll get the one capture from Mind Warper, and then wait a minute. There might have been a bug here. Okay, I think there is a bug here. I think this specialist Guthrak captured uh, an extra one, probably seeing this other Guthrak. I think she should be at 8. At 8. Yeah, just it should be 2. Oh, among specialist Guthrak and its neighbors. Okay, counts itself. You know, there you go. I don't always count, but when I do, I count myself, I guess. Yeah, yeah, never knew that. Never knew that. It's a cool one. Got skirmish too. Gotta love that skirmish. Oh, cost you a sealed event. Okay. Oof, big oof. Oh man. Into Mars. We have to have a Mars card in hand, right? How many cards did she draw last turn? Drew 4 to 6, but I don't recall how many were in deck. It was two or three. Um, okay, so that means I can capture two with two reaps next turn if I need to. Mind Warper gets the capture. Is there ever more pride on the line quick draw than when it's a local? I don't know. I don't know. Captures onto this big old pinata over here, or maybe we are gonna take out Guthrak. No, Trooper goes from 7 to 8. Very good. Reaps with Human. Okay. Stuns the Grey Rider. Mother Gun activates 0. Wow. Yeah, did not draw. Did not draw there. I mean, yeah. We're just gonna do this thing. Whew, wow, good game. Well played. Interesting. That was a cool matchup. You too. Great season. Great season, Karen. That was a cool one. Yeah. Yeah, fun match. And another fun season. I do love the minors, so if you aren't there, Murph dropped a link to the server up above, but I'll copy it below. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Best of 3 games. Matches are best of 3. Man, why can I not copy this? Anyway, yeah. Uh, we'll drop it in the show notes. The show notes where I put all the links to all the things. But yeah, great playing from Karen. It was a good match. Epic second game too. That was masterfully done. And this one was down to the wire with one Mars card found. There I would have been dead. So it was lucky on their redraw that she did not find any Mars cards. Lucky for me. Um, and man, look at the Amber on board. But super cool. Great time in the mines. If you're still there, the miners, not minors. Yeah. Yeah. And with that, signing off. Yeah. But yeah, thanks, Yanta King, if you're still there, for organizing a great event. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll see you all maybe tonight on the Sloppy Lab. Maybe not. But thanks for hanging out in the chat, folks. Good times. Later, peeps.